I'm Thomas White, founder and director of IBECC, the International Business Ethics Case Competition. I want to welcome everyone. Good evening to our friends in Turkey. Good early morning because it's 2 a.m. there. So we're here to wrap things up. Now, I will say that when I was in college, one of the things that most annoyed me was after we had an exam or a paper due, eventually weeks later, of course, the teacher would walk into the classroom and have, a bag of, a bunch of exam booklets under his or her arm, or put a stack of papers and put them on the desk. And the first thing they'd say is, "I'll pass these back at the end of class." And of course, from that point on, nobody cared at all about what was going on in class. Everybody just wanted to know how they did. I've always remembered that, so I try to get these, this bit of business rolling quickly, because that's what everyone is here for. So hold on, let me pull up my share screen. And okay, so as you know, we are wrapping up the 23rd International Business Ethics Case Competition. We did that with the help of many people. So the best thing to do is we start by thanking everyone. First of all, we want to thank our sponsors and partners. The University of Kansas, the Sam Walton College of Business is our presenting partner. The Northrop Grumman Corporation is our presenting sponsor. The Rowena Yarrick Shaber Scholarship Foundation has been with us now for about 3 years, very generous. The Sioka Center for Business Ethics and Society at the College of the Holy Cross. The Eisenberg School of Management at UMass Amherst. The Donahue Center for Business Ethics and Social Responsibility at the University of Massachusetts at Lowell. The Michael Hoffman Center for Business Ethics at Bentley University. The Center for Ethics in Business and Governance at St. Anselm College. The Abigail Adams Institute in Cambridge. The Center for Business Ethics at Seattle University. The ECI, the Ethics and Compliance Initiative, which used to be the ECOA, the Ethics and Compliance Officer Association, which is the premier organization of professional corporate ethics folk. We are very appreciative of all that those organizations helped us with. And so once again, we just want to say thank you. Second group we want to thank, of course, are the teams. We had teams from Catholic University, Doral College, Fayetteville State, Middle East Technical University, Mount Holyoke College, UMass Amherst, University of South Florida at St. Petersburg, and the University of St. Thomas. You all know better than I do how hard you worked, but it was really apparent during the presentation. So thank you once again. And also, again, thanks for hanging in there. This was a tough year. We had many students who wanted to be involved who just couldn't because of the logistics. So once again, I really want to say thank you for being here and for all the work you did. Next, we want to thank our Uber judges, left to right, if your screen's the same as mine: Jim Arnold, Stan Botts, Ken Goodpaster, Kevin Harrington, Ruth Kraft, and Gail O'Brien. Also want to thank all the judges. We had more than 20 judges come from a variety of companies. As you see, this is just a sampling: Olympus Prudential, Raytheon, the CFA Institute, GSK Consumer Healthcare, Train Technologies, Impact Integrity, NVIDIA, 5-Star Senior Living, Montcalm, and BAE Systems. As I said, just a sampling of more than 20 judges who generously gave their time. And this is, even though lots of people are working at home, this is a tough time to be in business. Tough time to try to do everything from your living room or den or cellar. So I want to thank that group very much. Hope to see them back in different ways. This is my intrepid team: Kirsten Scanlon, whom most of you did not see because Kirsten was behind the scenes. When we do this in person, you can't miss her because she's basically running things. But the people you did see most were Michael Reiner, Liam Mazer, and Ravi Rajan, our tech people, who of course work miracles on a regular basis. And we really are appreciative of the fact that they helped us pivot so quickly. And it was about a month, maybe 3 weeks ago, that we decided how we were going to handle this and needed to arrange the technology and then figure out how to make it work. So We just owe that crew a huge debt. So now let's get down to business. The first award is going to be the Moral Compass Award. As you see on the right, this is what each member of those teams will receive. This is an engraved compass that has IBECC on the outside, and it is actually a compass. So we had 6 stories. These are the 3 that got the top votes: bagel running, Pitbull and Taylor Swift; pot and glove, bagel running, Desmond, Caitlin, Tommy, and Ethan; Pitbull and Taylor Swift, Jess, Ryan, Kaylee, and Tony; and pot and glove, Theodosia, Ruben, Michael, and Robin. You all will be the proud recipients of a moral compass. Now moving on. First, the full presentation. We had 4 divisions, a graduate division and 3 undergraduate divisions. In the full presentation, first place in the graduate division is the University of St. Thomas. Second place, Middle East Technical University. The first undergraduate division, Catholic University. First runner-up, Fayetteville State. Second runner-up, University of South Florida, St. Pete. Undergraduate 2, UMass, St. Thomas, Doral College 1, and undergraduate 3, Mount Holyoke and Doral. 10-minute competition. Graduate division, Middle East Technical University. First, University of St. Thomas, second. Undergraduate 1, Catholic University, Mount Holyoke, University of Massachusetts. Undergraduate 2, Doral, Fayetteville State. Undergraduate 3, South Florida, St. Petersburg, University of St. Thomas, Doral College. And the 92nd graduate division, first, St. Thomas, second, Middle East Technical University, undergraduate 1, Mount Holyoke, second, Catholic University, third, UMass, undergraduate 2, Doral College 1, Fayetteville State, undergraduate 3, South Florida, St. Thomas, and Doral. Now, let me point out that, as I said, we had 4 divisions, 1 graduate, 3 undergraduate. The divisions were different between day 1 and day 2. And as you know, on day 2, we had 3 competitions over the 2 days, full presentation, 10-minute and a 90-second. On day 2, you had 2 judges. The Uber judge was responsible for making the call in all cases on all 3. Now, the handling the prizes this year was a particular challenge. Normally, we arrive on site with a bunch of prizes, and we go with the idea that this is basically a team sport. So any member of the team, on a team that gets recognized, every member of that team receives prizes. So that's for the full 10-minute and 90-second. We wrestled quite a bit about what the best way to do this is given the current circumstances. And what we decided to do was that instead of simply buying prizes and shipping them out to you, we would basically figure out, we'd take the budget that we had. We had basically budgeted about $5,000 for prizes. We would figure out formulas to figure out what's a good way to fairly distribute that, taking into account a variety of factors, the score, placement, whether a team came for a second, third, size of team, and all the like. I played with a variety of patterns and formulas, and what we came down with a mix of what place the team did in a division, how many members were on, the amount of money that we had to distribute, and some other factors. And the way this is going to work out now is I'm going to go down the list of that. This is the amount of money each team member on the team will receive. And our hope is that we're going to be able to distribute that via Amazon gift cards, which we can then do electronically. So it should get to you relatively quickly so that you can use it immediately once you get it. I'll say something in a minute about how we're going to do that, but these are the prizes. So if you were a member of the St. Thomas graduate team, you will receive, each team member will receive $160. Catholic University, also $160. Mount Holyoke, also $160. Middle East Technical University, $140. University of South Florida, $140. Doral College 140, Fayetteville State 120, University of St. Thomas undergraduate 120, UMass 100, and Doral College 2 100. So as I said, each member of the team will receive this amount. This covers all three competitions. We took, as I said, mainly we started with what place in which competition did you finish, a variety of other factors, but this is what the prizes are this year. Normally we like to have stuff basically to give away. We've had a lot of success with that in the past. Students tend to like the stuff we choose, but given the circumstances, we decided to go in this direction this year. Okay, so here's the procedure. If you're receiving a moral compass, we will need your mailing address. Now, I think I have all of those, but you'll be getting, this is what we're going to need. You will be getting a note from us in the next few days asking to confirm your mailing address so that we can get those sent out. Now, also, our vendor who makes the moral compasses, my understanding is they're currently offline. So we may not be able to, we may have to wait a few weeks to be able to get those, but those will be on their way. For the prizes that I just listed off, we'll need your email address. Again, I think I have those, but we'll want to verify that. We have an award, sort of trophy, a crystal that will go to a school. For that, from the coaches, we will need a mailing address to where we send that. That's also, our vendor is also offline at this point, so that also may take a bit, but that's the procedure we're going to be following. So you'll be getting follow-up emails from us on that. You will also get a note about a follow-up survey. We would very much like to know what your reaction was, any thoughts you had about how things went, how things could have gone better. It will be very much an open-ended survey because I'm very curious about, given your experience, how you describe what went right and how things could have been done differently. And one other thing, this is a really serious time, and of course, we wanted to focus entirely on the competition and respect the kind of work that you all did. But this in a way is too serious a time to completely ignore what's going on in the world, but I didn't want to mix that into the celebration of what great work you did. So over the next few days, you will get a link, you'll get a note from me about a presentation I'm preparing that is aimed at the students, because I think it's sort of got two themes to it. I think that your generation is owed an apology from my generation and your parents' generation. And it's an apology because of how much we've let things get to the point where truth has been trashed. I also want to give you a heads up relating to an issue of fairness, because I think that there's a way in which your generation is being set up to basically pay the bill for a lot of stuff which you didn't have any responsibility generating. That can be stopped. This can be turned around. But you're going to have to do the work on this. But I think it's only fair that someone give you a heads up, and I'm happy to do that kind of thing. But you'll get a note from me on that. Next year, 2021, we will be back one way or another. I would like to say, oh, we're absolutely going to be back in person. But frankly, if you've been paying attention to what we know about the virus and medical treatments, best case scenario is it will be a year to 18 months before there's a vaccine. So our hope is that next year we'll be able to meet in person. Maybe we can find a location that will be safe. If not, we will be online. We may see if we can take advantage of the technology and do a combination of the two. We now know the technology pretty well, and I've always wanted to minimize the barriers of entry to the competition, and this might be a way that we can get more teams in that rather than those who can't afford to travel. So let me stop the screen sharing and come on back. And I just want to say, once again, how impressed we all were. The judges, the Uber judges, people who watched those sessions, at how hard the teams worked, how well you were dealing with what are impossible circumstances. And we really want to, sort of recognize that. We want to give you credit for that. And that's also one of the reasons that We definitely wanted to recognize, in the presentations. Normally we just do a winner and a first runner-up, but in this situation where there was so much fluidity and everything, we wanted to make sure that we recognized all the way through. Now, I think I see a question. Somebody asked, laptop disconnected from the meeting, is it possible to go over the winners? Yes, it is. Okay, so one of the nice things about Q&A, we can do that. So hold on a minute, let me go back to that. Let's do that again. Okay, results are. Okay, Moral Compass is slideshow. All right. Just give me, here we go. So Moral Compass, Bagel Running, Pitbull and Taylor Swift, Pod and Glove. Full presentation, graduate St. Thomas Middle East Technical University, undergraduate 1, Catholic U, Fayetteville State, South Florida, undergraduate 2, UMass, St. Thomas, Doral 1, undergraduate 3, Mount Holyoke, Doral 2. 10-minute, graduate is Middle East Technical, St. Thomas, undergraduate 1, Catholic University, Mount Holyoke, UMass, undergraduate 2, Doral, Fayetteville State, undergrad 3, South Florida, St. Thomas, Doral. 92nd, graduate is St. Thomas Middle East Technical, undergraduate 1, Mount Holyoke, Catholic University in UMass, undergrad 2, Doral 1, Fayetteville State, undergrad 3 is South Florida, St. Thomas, and Doral. And the prizes are that. Now this session is being recorded. Once that gets processed, we'll put that up. All the sessions were recorded. We're in the process of getting them processed via Zoom and then doing some editing. This session won't require much editing, so this one will go up pretty quickly. But we'll also post the results on the IBECC website. And I see there may be another question. Are those each of the division winners? Yes, those include the division winners, and then the second line is first runner-up and then second runner-up. So just to be extra precise on this. Okay, full presentation. This is the winning team. This is first runner-up. Winning team, first runner-up, second runner-up. Winning team, first runner-up, second runner-up. Winning team, first runner-up. Winner, first runner-up. Winner, first runner-up, second runner-up. Winner, first runner-up. Winner, first runner-up. Winner, first runner-up, second runner-up. Winner, first runner-up. Winner, first, second. Winner, first. Winner, first, second. And that's there. Anyone have any other questions? There's a Q&A function in this. I know that you are all very busy. I know the beginning of the end of the semester has begun for all of you. And that means you're swamped. And on top of being swamped, you're trying to do it from a distance. So I won't prolong this any more than necessary. Once again, I want to thank you for all your help. I want to really give a lot of credit to your faculty mentors who worked so hard on this. You will be hearing more from us. As I said, you're going to be getting a note about a follow-up survey. You're going to get a link on this presentation that I'm working. And the chat box is now live. Will the videos be posted on YouTube soon? The videos will be posted on YouTube. We're just waiting for them to be processed through Zoom. Then some of them need a little editing. But as soon as we get them and get them processed, they'll be up. I would say it would take us no longer than 2 weeks to get them all up. I don't think that's overly optimistic because this is a very good system, and in any kind of, I think there'll only need to be minimal editing. Some of that is just taking off, sort of the wasted space at the beginning, maybe some at the end, so that they're just a whole lot tighter. Anyone else have any questions? You can do that either through the chat function or the Q&A. Okay, if not, thank you once again. I will see everybody somewhere in a year from now. Everyone have a great evening, and the people in Turkey can now go to bed. Thanks very much, all.